Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus. Children of Primus.
Now with hydration.
Not with hydration. And to Sedum's question, yes, we always get snow on our side of the border.
Yeah, I walked up and got a steak and cheese while it was snowing. I was like, I've been craving one the last 4 months. I was like,
That could almost be classified as a non sequitur.
Walked up and got a steak and cheese while it was snowing.
Yep.
I'm going to remember that line of dialogue. Let's put that in the
like
movie
not
somewhere.
even 10-minute walk. So, and my hand's warm enough from the sandwich that I think I bet I maybe put the glove on my left hand, but the hand I was holding the sandwich with, I was fine with that gloveless. So,
Yeah, maybe the moon must be out tonight because I think everyone's just all over the place, especially when Impactor said, what happened to him for the first time. And I'm like, my mind just went a whole different direction there. Like, it's like, no.
Gotta go get a drink. Gotta go get a drink.
That's what I literally did.
Yep. Brought to you by the Children of Primus.
Yeah.
So, a warning from what I just said earlier about TF Source.
Yes.
People shop around. Because I was just like, hey, I wonder what they've got the Seekers for here that I'm ordering from Show Z Store.
Mm-hmm.
And they're twice the price at TF Source. They're $160 a piece.
Mm.
And I got mine for $80.
What's that sound?
What?
I think Sedum is either playing with a sound bar or
It wasn't
unless
from you.
Shinta did something.
Like, and it was just perfect. It's like you mentioned the
It was a
price, and then it's
reaction.
like,
Yeah.
that's why I thought Sedum maybe had a sound bar there. He's like,
even though I have sound effects here, I never used them. I know the one we used.
I know sometimes.
Back
I
in the
remember
day.
once during the summertime.
Flashback music.
I think there's like some gesture. I don't know if you pressed a button to make it happen, or if I did a hand gesture and it made fireworks appear behind me. And I was just like, wait. And I looked behind me and was like, is there fireworks behind me?
Well, I think the thumbs up your phone translates it, and it actually shows a thumb on your screen.
Because it was that time of the year during this when you get the weekend after weekend after weekend of fireworks, and you're just like, shut the fuck up.
Our pets love it, I'll tell you what.
man, have you seen Make Toys Defensor?
No.
Oh, I might have to buy this one.
Oh.
Well, let's show the class. Have you brought enough for the class?
I'm sharing it. It's up to him now.
Ooh.
Are we waiting to load up, by the way?
That is a serious defensor.
God, which ones make toys? What other things have they done? Trying to form
They're the
an
ones
image
that
of them.
they're the ones that I'm getting these Seekers from. These
Mhm.
masterpiece scale Seekers that are metal and plastic.
That is a serious defensor.
Looks good too, man.
I've handled something from most third parties. I'm just trying to remember if I'm getting them crossed up in my head right now.
And you know what? He seems to be built in a sense where it's not like splitting of characters or like extra parts. Like it's almost like the limbs are incorporated into each character.
Yeah, instead of being strapped onto another bar.
Yeah.
And the central guy.
Are these the guys that do Ocular Max? Because if these are Ocular Max guys, then they're probably pretty solid. No, Mastermind Creations does Ocular Max. Okay, I can't speak to these guys. I just know they're Seekers.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, every third party has a different thing they're aiming for with what they're doing with Transformers.
Right.
So I try to get a sense of what these guys are like based on that, but I can't comment too much on
Nice.
names. I just haven't messed around with them much.
That's nice. What is that? 500? I could swing that. Oh, he's little.
100 per team member.
Oh, is he?
He's only 12 inches tall.
That's not-
Wow.
I like your definition of little.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's a combiner. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, his combined height is 12 inches.
I mean, that's quite some detail for only a 12-inch combiner, but still, like, you'd think he'd be, more like the other side.
Yeah, clearly he's not masterpiece scale.
Interesting.
He's Voyager. He's Voyager and Deluxe.
But for 500, that's
It's a little steep. That's
Yeah.
100 apiece.
yeah.
Okay, I was hopeful. I just now saw that little detail. Everything else on this page that I'm looking at is master because I actually clicked the masterpiece just to see what was in here, and it popped up, and yeah, no, not for a 12-inch piece.
Not
Nope.
today. Not today.
Not for this little black duck.
So, for today's stream, we do have a guest who is Magnus Multiverse. We
Love
met
the
him-
name.
Yep.
Love the name.
And we told him at the time, that it was funny because we also have our own Magnus. So now we're having a multiverses of Magnuses all together. So let me bring in Mr. Magnus Multiverse. How are you doing, sir? Oh, hold on.
Magnus from Earth
Oh.
Prime.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. We
Nice
got
to
you.
meet Magnus from Earth 2 over there in the upper
So which
square
one of
there.
us is shattered glass? That's what I need to know.
I'm G1. We can battle for that later, buddy.
No. We're just going to agree. I'm too old, and we don't roll around on the ground no more. I'd much rather have a drink and talk about this shit.
He is
See, I wasn't
canned
even
right
talking
now.
about that kind of battle. I was talking about rap battle, or we could joust for it, whichever one you want to do.
We're going to joust? Holy shit.
I don't know what whatever your flavor is, bro.
Do either of you know how to ride horses? Because you need to know how to joust.
I'm fine with putting myself at a.
We're gonna settle this like men. We're gonna build a house.
We can do that too.
That's unfair.
Yo, thank you guys for having me on, man.
Welcome.
I met Spin and the other Mike up in Toronto at the TFCON, and we just had the longest conversation, and I really meshed with those guys pretty heavily, and so I'm really excited to be on with you guys and just have conversations about surrounding the Transformer universe and beyond.
Cool. Yeah, and I mean it was fun having you on, and I know interviews, in the middle of a convention, it's everything's moving quick. It's like a lot of noise and stuff, but we're like, we had to like revisit and just when we just get to hang out, we can hear each other, and it's not madness going on, even though we're contained madness within the stream.
Right. Yeah. So that was pretty wild, though. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I was looking for the old Megatron, the G1 Megatron, the original joint that turned into the gun. And yeah. I'm sorry, the pew pew. I don't know if what I can get away with on here.
Hey, we're good. Even though YouTube's always watching.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's very true. So it turned into a weapon of sorts before they retconned him into a tank.
You just use the original name. He turned into a Walther P-38.
Thank you. Yeah. He turned into a Walter P-38, and so that's the one I was looking for at the TFCon, and I was running everywhere trying to get the one in a box with all the accessories, and I ended up scoring it. And then I sat down with these gentlemen. Yeah. Scored it for a really good price. He transformed it in front of me and everything, so it worked. And He was a lover of Transformers, so he asked me. He said, "You're not a scalper, are you? You're not going to go over here and take it and resell it?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm not going to do that, man. That's not what I'm here for." So I respected that.
Cool. So let everyone, first off, Mario, welcome again. Mario hanging out in the comments. Anyone who's watching, or everyone who's watching, I should rephrase that. Everyone who's watching, like, subscribe to our channel, and also to all the socials for Magnus Multiverse. So let us know who you are, what you do, and your connection to the Transformers.
Well, so yes, I'm Magnus Multiverse. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. Um, I am a physician assistant, but I have kind of put that on pause for a moment. Currently living in Mexico. Don't get,
Cool.
don't be afraid for me.
Yeah,
I'm in
it's
a
funny
place
you
that
say
is,
that. I just saw that on the news, and I was going to say, how close is that to you?
yeah. The whole headline is Mexico on fire. It's not. It's not Mexico on fire. Mexico is a huge country. And one thing that happens in, this state and that state and other state, doesn't mean the whole country is on fire. So
Right.
we've actually been relatively safe. Haven't had any issues. They have heightened security across the country. So they have helicopters and police checkpoints and everything like that. But we're fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so I practiced medicine in Canada. I practiced medicine in Georgia, and not doing that now. But now I chase another passion. I write songs. So I write pop songs. I write hip hop songs. I write R&B songs, and beyond. I started off as a rapper, Magnus. That's why I challenged you to a battle. I used to battle rap.
That's why I challenged you to a house building competition.
That's your thing. Okay, nice. So but I eventually transitioned from being a front stage artist to just wanting to write the songs and give them away. And so that's where I am currently. So if you check my socials, Magnus Multiverse, across TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you'll see posts of me putting up songs, rapping, all kinds of different things pertaining to music.
Cool. Now, what got you into Transformers?
Man, so that's a long story. When I was a kid, I've always enjoyed Transformers. Was always amazed by these beings that were mechanical, but thought like us and felt like us. And you know transformed into these cars and cared about Earth and cared about Cybertron. The whole thing. I've always been a science fiction kind of fan, but Transformers kind of touched a special space. They had their own niche. If you want to put the GoBots aside, they had their own. They ran that lane. And I'm from a family of six children, and so you would imagine Christmas time wasn't really that fulfilling, you know. But one special year, I was able to get Snarl, and
Nice.
and yeah, that was a huge deal for me. Plot twist: my baby brother broke it that day on Christmas Day.
Ooh.
Yeah, so my villain
Uh,
origin story
so
goes
do you visit his grave often?
man. Let me tell you, let me tell you, I was scarred, but the scars wouldn't manifest for years. So as an adult, Netflix kind of brought Transformers back, and one day, just surfing online, I saw the toys, and I said, "Oh my gosh, man, that is super cool! They brought it back, huh?" Well. Let me see if I can get my hands on one. I got one, and oh man, that's when the scars manifested because I was just all over the net, just buying. Go, we go to Walmart. I got to get this one. We go to Target. I got to get this one, and I'm telling you, man, I was buying two of everything. Opening them up and keeping one on the shelf, and just then my son is playing with one, and he's transforming Prime, and I'm like, man, you're 3 years old. How did you transform a 34-step figure? I said, all right. So the scars got into my DNA and then spilled over into my son.
There you go. Joe Prime 1986 says, evening all, and welcome once again, Joe Prime.
Evening, Joe Prime.
So, no, go ahead,
Joe
Magnus.
Prime, meet Magnus Prime.
Yeah. But Magnus Prime, I have to give you a challenge. So since we're having this battle, you said that you just got your 86 Megatron in the box with all the accessories and
Yeah.
everything. Spin,
Yeah.
can you bring up what I'm sharing? Your next step is you have to get it autographed.
Oh my gosh. Who autographed it?
Frank Welker,
Oh my gosh, bro.
right there across the feed.
Wow. So this is
This is
wow.
mine. It's sitting right here beside me in this cabinet beside me.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing, bro. I mean, hey, hats off to you. You got me beat on this one. Okay, so we'll give you Prime today. Damn.
I'm good with just the Magnus, man. You be the Prime.
Oh man, it's cool, bro. I like to poke at people, man. I'm just poking at you.
That's
bro.
all I'm doing. It's all good, brother.
So that's my villain origin story there, and can I hear some other stories? I know Magnus here, and I know Spin over there.
Right, so I
Hello
didn't
to
get
you other
to
two brothers up here.
fully introduce everyone. So we got Fear of Courage on the top right, part of our collective, and then also Sedenbach Arts on the bottom left, part of our collective. And as
I'm gonna hold on a second. I'm sorry, Spin. I'm gonna increase the volume here. My wife's back there doing
Okay.
dishes, and I'm having a hard time hearing everything you're saying. So give me 1 second. I'm just gonna increase. Okay. All right. One more time, please.
There we go. Yeah, so you're hearing everything good now? Cool. Yeah, so Fear of Courage on the top right, Sedenbach Arts on the bottom left, and Mr. Magnus on the bottom right. So I guess I'll throw it over to Fear in terms of what got you into Transformers for Magnus Multiverse. And just before you mention it, Shiva will be hiding in the comments. Back from Super Ultra Mega Costco run, I ordered a Power Glide, Astro Train, and Skywarp. Did I tell you I got Soundwave and Brawl recently? And I believe you did mention it last week. So you're building the collection.
Oh
So
my
I-
goodness, man! I need a Power Glide.
I grew up in the early 90s. That's when I was a little kid. So I started with Transformers watching Generation 2 in the mornings before I went to school, which was the reruns of the original cartoon. So I sort of count myself as a G1er, even though it wasn't technically that. And I had a weird selection of figures to go with it because a lot of the Generation 2 toys weren't really the guys that were on the show. I'd be like, I'm sure they're hiding in the background somewhere. In fact, on my desk right now, I got a new version of Road Pig, who was a 90s Generation 2 Decepticon that I had back in the day because they just didn't update him recently. Yeah, and then Generation 2 ended and they started doing Beast Wars in the mid-90s, and that's what kept me a fan, as opposed to like it being another one of the things I was into. And Beast Wars was specifically a sequel to G1, so I really felt like there was some story continuity there. So that's just sort of that's what kept me hooked, and I kind of never looked back since then. And these days I'm a writer, and our website is full of my written reviews of all the Transformers that I get up on our blog.
That's fire, man. That's fire. I got to check that out. I'm sorry I haven't checked the blog.
That's fine. It's like every 2 weeks I put one up and I take some photos and I write about what I'm saying about it and so forth.
Well, he's being modest about it. It's
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
I'm a
Be
it's
very
Canadian. It
modest
happens.
about it.
it's very well written reviews with pictures of all different poses and everything, and the reviews are pretty in depth, and on Reddit and a few other places, people have mentioned, in a sense, they have thanked Fear for his reviews to make them go and purchase figures,
Yeah.
and we always, I mean, we always give praises to Fear for his reviews and the fact it's a person, because I mean, there is the whole AI conversation, which one day we will have a stream on it, and it's on the fence. It's a great tool, but it shouldn't be used to replace people in certain sense, like not to replace writers, musicians, like yourself, myself. But if it's like a tool, like organizing schedules or like, certain work, that's okay. But when it starts replacing people in that sense, of writing an actual article, that's a problem. And I mean, yeah, like childrenofprimus.com, look at the reviews and you can tell it's there is love put into those articles. So that's something that AI will never be able to do as much as you train it.
Yeah, I will say I think I'm going to hit 300 reviews this year, 300 written ones.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while.
Are these reviews based on figures that you have
Oh
in
yeah,
your
yeah,
possession?
yeah.
Or is
Always.
it based? Okay, okay.
I wouldn't be able to talk about guys I didn't own. My last review was of
Well,
Junkie on Jalopy over here.
I was wondering if you were doing reviews based on like reveals. Like they just did a reveal. Hasbro just did a reveal for a lot of new figures that are upcoming.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they got a Sunstreaker coming out, and I was wondering if maybe if you were dropping opinion pieces on what you have seen from the reveals and everything like that.
I mean, I could, but I'd have to run out of actual figures to talk about first. That's not a danger right now.
Right, right, right.
Well, it's
Yeah, I
funny.
just sent them a care
Oh,
package.
Yeah.
well, I would say, if we throw this in the hip hop musical sense, and I know when we met in TFCON last year, we were speaking about like old school '90s hip hop stuff. You know,
Yeah.
there's some artists where it's like, and there's artists that I've worked with, because like I'm still slowly getting back into DJ, did engineering and everything, and did shows. You've got the artists where it's like, they're rapping about stuff in their songs, and we're just like, but I know you, that's not your reality. And then there's other artists where they're rapping about stuff and I'm like, yeah, that stuff actually happened. We don't talk about it, but it actually happened. So it's the same thing where it's like, writing a review of a character that you own, have in hand, as opposed to like, well, someone did this on the internet, let me just copy what they said. But I really don't have a basis on it because I don't have the in-hand images. Fear doesn't do that. Like, he has them in hand.
We kind of make fun of a guy that does that crap.
Yeah.
I just checked my tally on the website. I am at 291 right now, so that's how close I am to hitting 300.
Hey, if you guys go online, there are tons of people who do reviews based on reveals, items that they've never touched. It's out there, and they have a big following, and it's, everybody has their thing, but I respect, when somebody has actually had the figure in their hands and they've transformed it, they've felt it, they've viewed it.
Yeah,
That's a different feel to it.
that's
But
what I try to
on your
talk about build quality,
uh,
hand feel, etc., stuff like that.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, but on your point of guys talking about things they haven't done and everything, that is hilarious. As a songwriter, when I transitioned from rapper to songwriter, I have to now put myself in the shoes of other artists, and say, okay, how would they interpret this lost love, or something, whatever topic I'm talking about is I try not to make it exactly my story, because
Okay.
I'm about giving that song to somebody else. You know, it's 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 weird. It's weird, but
Well,
I write songs for women. You know,
well,
from a woman's perspective
let me throw
sometimes.
this at you because for a moment, because you have Transformers songs.
Yeah, so yeah. I just did I just did a freestyle where I likened Donald Trump to Megatron.
That's an insult to Megatron.
Yeah,
It
you're
is.
giving him too much cred.
Well, hold on. I didn't give him all the credibility. The first line goes, "That felon Don's a Decepticon, not Decepticon, but just as evil as Megatron." You know, so he's. I put him up there, in a comparison, but didn't say, who got who. I'll let everybody be the judge on that. Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
Autobot Megatron's like, what?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
You
I'm
compare me
confused on
to?
that one, but that's pretty dope.
Well, I know in back in TFCON, I know we were speaking politics in terms of Transformers,
Candace,
and yeah, I think Fear froze there, and he'll probably come back in a second. Oh, okay. Yeah, it looked like you were frozen there for a second, but yeah, I know like there was a brief conversation that you and Mike had in terms of politics and you know world politics that we live in now, and then Transformers politics. And what analogies would you see between the two, in say the current state and stuff that you've watched or read?
so
Well, here's somebody's been talking about me.
It's so frightening, honestly.
that's fire. I love it, yo. That's fire.
Oh,
Joe
actually,
Prime, you need a link
yes, Joe Prime. So how do people find you?
at Magnus Multiverse, MAGNUS Multiverse on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can follow me there. You can find you'll see a lot of my most recent posts. The freestyle is up there, so check it out, man. It's it's just one of them is me doing it a cappella, and another one is me doing it to the Transformers track, the actual Transformer theme song. There's a guy who goes by the name of, he's a producer. He goes by the name of The Audio Unit, THA Audio Unit. And he produced this track where he blends the Transformers G1 theme song and kind of throws some hip hop into it. And I heard that and I just got so inspired and I wrote that rap and just went down a political tunnel with it. It's pretty short, but it's sweet though. It hits.
And you know what? We do have your link in the description. So Joe Prime and
Okay.
anyone else watching, go in the description and you'll see the link to Magnus Multiverse. Yeah. So back to the question.
Now I look more like the orange buffoon.
So in terms of
A head and a
you know
crotch.
politics and Transformers politics, what do you see in relation between the two?
Decepticons have gained the upper hand, and we need a new leader to take the Matrix, man. We need somebody to who's unafraid to just basically say what's right, what's righteous. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's right? What's righteous is the principles in the Constitution. If we can get to that, now, mind you, I'm a Black American. Okay, so the Constitution has never been followed fully. The principles of America have never been fully realized. Period. Point blank. If you know history, you already know. White or black, you already get it. The point is to actually say, hey guys, let's finally realize what America was really supposed to be, what it's really about. Follow the Constitution. If we can get to that, man, we can really have this country reach its prime. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like we're in our darkest hour, and we really got to find the leader who can light the way, and the people got to get behind him when they show up, because this guy has to be dethroned. You
No.
might like him. I don't know how you can like him at this point. I don't know what angle I got to bring to you, Epstein. I don't know what angle I got to hit you from to see why you would support this guy. But that's damn Megatron up there, bro.
Now to throw it back within the Transformers. Okay, so we have a one person running the country that all sorts of question marks. Do we then give the Matrix to Hot Rod, or hopefully get Ultra Magnus to take
Oh
over
my gosh, bro.
to bring order back to the reality?
Hot Rod didn't want it. And you could make an argument for, I mean, Ultra Magnus didn't want it either. He didn't feel like he was worthy of it. But Prime felt he was worthy of it. Hot Rod, on the other hand,
You could make an
sorry?
argument that the people.
There's an
you could ma-
argument for people who don't want something political
being
power,
a better leader.
because those will be the people who will be modest and not try to be dictators. Where people who want the power are the ones that are going to get corrupt by it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
corrupt
I
that
think
power.
I think the thing with Rodimus was that a lot of times you just saw him questioning it so much that it got old pretty quick. He's like, why me? Why me? It's like, bro, you're in the middle of a war right now. Tighten up, get to work. It's you. Like, go do it. I don't want to hear you whine all the time about this,
Okay, now
So
I'm saying
let,
the
let
we
older
need
me
I
somebody
get,
who's just,
let me throw this to you. Actually, a quick question, and I think I don't remember if we had mentioned this at TFCON. Did you watch Thundercats growing up?
I did watch Thundercat.
Okay, so now
I like the new one too. If you saw the new one, that was
One
really
from
dope.
like the early 2010s, the 2011.
Yeah. That was fire.
yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the new ones yet.
You should watch that. You'll like it.
Okay. Now, I guess the question, since you guys have watched it, and only rewatching the original series, realizing that Lionel and Hot Rod and Rodimus kind of were built on the exact same story arc. Because when Lionel and the Thundercats left Thundera in their pods, Lionel was a kid. His pod malfunctioned when they landed,
right.
became an adult. So he's still a kid in an adult body leading a bunch of adults in the middle of a war. You've got Hot Rod, basically a teenager, given the Matrix, turns into Rodimus in a few seconds, an adult now in an adult war with his, and both Rodimus and Lionel had adult elders, because Rodimus had Magnus, Springer, RC, Lionel had Panthro, Chitara, and Tigra. So he had his elders just like Jaga and Alpha Trion. As a kid, we didn't like As a kid, we didn't like Rodimus because we just saw it as adult as being, just second guessing everything. As an adult, we appreciate Rodimus, whereas like now we understand him.
My legal middle name is Thomas, so I had to live with the whole "you're a doubtful Thomas" crap my whole life. So I always appreciate Rodimus since I was a kid. Speak for yourself.
I've said the older I get, the more I relate to Rodimus Prime specifically. So rapidly become my favorite because of that.
As I am the eldest, I tend to side more with Cup.
Oh my
Turbo
God.
rugged
Yeah,
little
that's
punks.
hilarious.
I'll straighten
Everywhere
you
you
out
go.
yet.
I don't think Hot Rod was seasoned enough yet. I think Prime, being the wise leader that he was, having the Matrix at the time, having the knowledge from the elders, the previous Primes, he knew what he was doing when he was giving it over to Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus was ready, even though Ultra Magnus didn't quite feel worthy of it. And that's just more of Ultra Magnus's personality, more so than it is him just not feeling like he can do it. He just was always a soldier.
I feel like Ultra Magnus, his doubt was front loaded, whereas Rodimus' doubt was rear loaded. So, Rodimus going into it, he's like, oh man, I'm not worthy. Oh, I just can't just now. And Rodimus, at least earlier on, like you could argue that maybe the reason the Matrix was like, gravitated towards Hot Rod because he took that initiative, whether it was catching it or saving Cup or saving Daniel and whatnot. So, there was that initiative, and the doubt came later.
Yeah, that's
that
a
extra
great
power.
point.
So it's like, which is worse, having that front-ended doubt or that doubt once you have the position.
I think it's worse when you're in the midst of battle and you're questioning everything. We all know Ultra Magnus was decisive. He was like, do this. We don't have time for this mess over here. Handle this. Do this. You go do. Like he was that guy. He wasn't sitting back like, oh, why me? Oh my gosh. He was just always ready to go, And the reason the Matrix gravitated towards Hot Rod was because the execs penciled him, had him penciled that way. It was like, oh, he's the new hot, flashy car. So the kids are going to love this. Get Optimus out of here. Bring in the new. And it was like, you guys got it all wrong. And that's what that really was. And it translated into our feelings. That's what we internalized. We internalized it as wrong. It didn't feel right. Because plot twist, it was execs that ran that called that play.
And something
and that's why it didn't feel right to us as kids.
But that
I think something to be said about Lion-O.
Go ahead.
Like something to be said about Lion-O is, at least from what I can remember, more so from both the 80s and the 2010 series, is that even when he's young, he has that desire to help everybody reach out. Where Rodimus is just sort of like, I'm just hanging out with my best friend Daniel fishing. And it's like, let's stop this crap. So he's very small scaled. So he doesn't lack the desire to help people, but he's very much a small scaled, where Lion-O, compared to Rodimus and Hot Rod, took more initiative, war or not. And like a other good character that would be more contemporary, the what's this anime? Freerin. So the the character Stark, who's like their physical bodyguard of the two mage girls. I mean, he has a lot of he's actually very capable fighter, very powerful, and he's always helping everybody. But he's he doesn't trust in his own strength and capability. But this dragon that attacks a village, like before you meet him for the first time, senses like, oh, this kid is someone you don't want to mess with. But you see, and Freerin's like sets up this plan. It's like, okay, you distract the dragon for a while, and I'll take out the dragon. And then she doesn't even have to use a spell. She's like, see, you took the dragon out all by yourself. And he's like, with a big ass battle axe doing shit. And he's like, dude, kill it already before it kills me. And she's like, it's dead. You just killed it. And it's like, that's a good, like, out of like the young character that has doubts, that's probably out of all the ones I've seen that that youth that isn't confident in themselves, but is actually rather capable. That's probably the best uses I've seen of that trope, because he actually does earn it, and he does take that initiative. It's not like Hot Rod when he's like, "Oh, you're shooting the breeze with Daniel catching fish," and it's not. And it's natively, he's aging natively. It's not like Lion-O where it's like, oh, my cryo station screwed up. So it's like, I think that helps a lot too, because you don't have this forced sudden aging. And I think he's already like 16 to 18 in what they've shown of the series so far.
I always
So
thought
that
the
probably
fact that
helps
we
too.
first meet Hot Rod fishing by the lake with Daniel was a very important establishing character moment because it's supposed to be a character of action. And if they played that straight, then they'd be talking about how bored they were sitting there fishing or how they had to babysit the
True,
kid.
true.
But they're like, no, they're like, somebody's got to watch the kid. His dad's not around. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure he's okay. And I'm like, I think that's an important character beat
And
despite everything else.
his father has trusted me to
Yeah.
make sure nothing happens to
Good
him.
point. Good
Yeah,
point.
like maybe he's
He's not a glory
he's in
hound.
over his head. Yeah, maybe he's in over his head. Maybe he's impulsive. Maybe he's kind of makes bad choices. But fundamentally, like his heart's in the right place. And the fact that we first meet him doing that, I think says a lot, speaks a lot to that.
Cool. Now,
Oh, wait, go ahead.
sorry, Mr. Magnus.
Joe Prime,
Was
that's
it-
a good
the
one,
other thing
man.
that we have to remember is that at the time of Prime passing the Matrix,
Hmm.
his options were limited.
That's true.
Prowl was dead. Ironhide was
Mhm.
dead. Jazz is on
Mm,
Moonbase 2, fixing to be dead.
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
He's got the Dinobots sitting there, not the way they were written in the cartoons. No, that ain't gonna happen. Springer, maybe, but Ultra Magnus has the same characteristic that Prime has. Ultra Magnus will sacrifice himself to make sure everybody else survives.
And in
Whereas,
my
whereas
opinion,
Prowl will sacrifice all of you
mm,
to make
Right.
sure the mission goes off successfully. Ironhide isn't going to willfully sacrifice everybody, but he's going to destroy everything in his path.
Hmm.
yeah, Ironhide's judgment wasn't too great.
Ironhide was a shoot first, and we'll sort out the scrap later.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a tough soldier. Joe Prime, 1986. I think that's a very interesting suggestion.
Well, we
Well,
have it in
Uh,
the comics.
yeah, I was
Well,
gonna
can
say
you
read
elaborate?
Marvel.
Why do you think Grimlock would be a good choice of a of a chosen leader to bear the
Um,
Matrix?
well,
oh,
two instances, which I know Fear is going to mention one of them.
You know,
Yeah. I was
Grimlock
gonna
is
say he didn't
king.
get the Matrix at the time because of the way the story went, but Grimlock was elected leader for a while in the Marvel comics after Optimus died, and it did not go well. He immediately went mad with power and spent
Hmm.
more time trying to consolidate his own position and root out traitors and things rather than actually fighting the Decepticons. And it took Optimus Prime being resurrected as a Power Master to finally get him to step down. Because at that point, he was just fighting anybody who thought that he wasn't doing a good job.
And that's the one difference in the comics where it was the split faction of Autobots, where
Yeah.
it's like Grimlock's leading one side, Blaster's leading the other. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
Blaster and Goldbug fully just leave and are like, "We're gonna just do our own thing. We can't stay here and do this."
and the secondary, quote unquote chosen time of Grimlock, season 3, when he gets that intelligence. There,
Intelligence.
there comes,
He
and now we
created
created the Technobots. So,
Yep.
so Grimlock has had his moments to shine a few times.
Or not shine in the case of Marvel.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Magnus Multiverse, what kind of collection do you have? Like, what figures or series do you like kind of focus on more?
Yeah. So started out with the Netflix revivals, and just kind of went through their line. And then I started getting back into the
Same.
G1s, looking for the originals, man, the OGs. And of course, that's when you met me at the TFCON. Uh, I haven't been able to continue on in my collection. Actually, my collection is still it's in the States now. I didn't
Okay.
want to bring it down to Mexico because I wasn't certain of conditions. I don't have the proper space for it right now.
Mhm.
Even though my home is pretty spacious, I just it's kind of humid down here, and I don't. You guys get it. You get it. I just want to protect my babies,
I'm from
man. So
Hurricane Alley in America, so I didn't always live in Ohio, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had to be cautious. I haven't been able to really gather any additions lately, man. But I can send you some pics of my collection, man, and maybe you can throw them up. But,
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely.
You saying there's a collection in the States that's unguarded right now? Unicron.
oh, it's guarded, bro.
Activate
It's guarded.
activate the gravity well.
It's well guarded, man. It's well guarded, well hidden.
No,
It's like
Location
a
unknown.
treasure hunt. We're gonna have to work out the clues to find the legendary
Good luck.
stash.
Good luck. If you find it, you deserve to have it.
oh gosh.
This is the start. This is how this
I'll put it
begins.
out there like that.
The beginning of a
If
movie.
you find it,
Yeah.
It's a
you find
new
it, you
evil
are-
plot line.
Well, that's it right there.
And-
That's how we end up with like 1 million subscribers and views. Like just all sorts of like Transformers forums, and everyone would be like, "Let's go find this collection." And it's just like just a gang of people with pitchforks and torches, and like, "Let's go find the collection."
I'm going to
Oh,
hide
man,
it
I gotta
in the
send-
box at this location.
I got to send word to the
Can
guards
you
right
find the
now. Just-
location? There will be
That's
clues
hilarious.
given when we
That's
hit 1
hilarious.
million subscribers.
You know,
No, but I'll give you that. I'll give you that word. If you find it, you deserve to have it, and I won't fight you.
that is funny.
Famous last words.
But that's how confident I am. That's how confident I am that they're fully protected and safe.
Cool. Now, are there other cartoons, comics, toys that you're into other than just Transformers?
I was a pretty big fan of G.I. Joe. I think that kind of goes without saying, though. Those two were hand in hand. They used the same screen music and everything. It's just like, the natural, But I am a big Marvel and DC fan. I love superheroes, period. In general. That's always fascinated me. Anything. It doesn't even have to be of the comic realm. If I see somebody on TV and they seem to have superpowers of some sort, I'm probably going to tune in for just a moment. Just see what it's about. So I don't know why I have an affinity for that kind of fantastical thing, but I love superheroes.
I have a question. It's not Transformers related.
Yeah.
Earlier, when you had your screen narrowed, your camera was following you.
Yeah.
What kind of camera are you using?
It's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
I have an AI Coco that does the same thing, and I was just wondering if we were on the same path with it.
Yeah, I love this thing, man. I got it when I was like, I had to up my content game. I've been leveling up, especially now that I'm not practicing medicine anymore and I'm focusing on the music. Even though originally I wanted to be a songwriter so that I could sit in the back, write the songs, and give it to the people who are going to be in the front. These days, you got to be on the camera. You got to get out there. You got to put yourself out there. So I've just been coming up with all kinds of creative content and just putting myself in there. So if you guys go on my page, and on any one of the platforms, you can see that, you can see the progression
I've already
from the
subscribed to
beginning
your
of my
YouTube.
videos. So you can see the progression, and it's my game has been leveling up, and it's only getting better even now. I edit all my videos, I shoot all my videos, and I star in all my videos.
So I have two questions now. So
Yeah.
in your collection that you have, what's your favorite piece?
All right, it's Snarl is my favorite piece, and that's because of my psychosis.
Now, is
Because
that
of the
new
damage.
86 Snarl, or
behind-
did you get a a refurbished or
I,
any?
I didn't. I was not able to get an original piece, so that hole is still there. And once I get back on the field, I'm running after it. But I do have one of the Netflix Earthrise Snarl,
It's a great
and
figure. It's a great figure.
man, it is. I kept it at my bedside before. Now I'm telling too much, man.
Someone else that does
You
that.
guys, I'm not trying to be too weird, but look. When you're a kid and you finally get one in your hands and you transform it once, you step away and your baby brother destroys it, and it just kind of it does something to you mentally. So now it's like, when I finally got one in my hands, I got to open it up and I got to play with it and transform it, and my son got to see it, and I just kind of stuck it next to my bed, and it just sat there naturally. It wasn't like I must have my precious next to my bed. It wasn't like some Smeagol type weirdo stuff. It
It's
was
like
just like,
having your glasses next to your bed or the book you're reading, before you fall
right,
asleep. It's
right,
like that.
right. I was like, yeah, I had it. I was, you know, toying with it, and I said, all right, sit it right here. And next thing you know, it just stayed there. And I'm sorry. I know it sounds crazy.
So next question is there any piece out there that's coming out? Any new piece? Not the original G1 Snarl. We know you're wanting to get one of those. But what's the next new piece you think that you're going to purchase?
I'm very interested in Hasbro's release of the Sunstreaker figure. I thought that I would love to have that one um, in the collection alongside his twin. Um, I did see that did you guys see the Matrix,
Yeah.
the full size Matrix they got?
I've got it
That's
pre-ordered.
fire. I hate being out of the game right now, man. I really hate being out of the game. I know my wife loves me being out of the game right now, but
Hey, I
I'm
feel
just
you. Like the last 4 months, I had been getting over a broken arm. They had to do put pins and plates in my arm, and
oh
only
man, sorry to
last
hear that.
week I started having fun money every week. I was missing that extra $100+ every week just from easy fun
Yeah,
money. And damn
yeah,
if I
yeah.
didn't get some stuff last week.
uh, to answer your question you asked us, I've been in since '84. My first two pieces I got on my birthday, and that was Wheeljack and Skywarp.
Mm,
My parents got me
mm.
a bad guy and a good guy. And being a December
Smart
birthday
move.
kid, birthdays and Christmas can't be overlashing because they're too close together.
Yeah.
Christmas is 2 weeks away
That was
from my
all you got?
birthday. Well, that's what I got for my birthday. But then for Christmas, I got that Megatron and that
Mm.
Optimus Prime. So I got the
So
leader and a lackey.
that is the original Megatron that you had as a child.
Yes,
That's not something you went and hunted for as an adult. You had that your whole life. How the hell did you keep it in such pristine condition?
because I didn't get a lot of toys when I was a kid.
Hmm.
But I mean,
You valued it.
I still have my original GI Joes over here on this other shelf, and they look like they were just bought because my toys were brought in and dusted off and cleaned, and then they were put away. And because I didn't get a lot of toys, I didn't grow up with a lot of money. Well, I came from very humble beginnings,
That's right, yeah.
and
Okay.
I had a few pieces. There's 20 or 30 in that cabinet over there that I would trade other toys with to other
Mm.
kids to get the Transformers. Um, I got a few the following year. I remember I got Mirage, I believe was the next one that I got as a gift. But the one that just came out of nowhere. But I work construction. My father works construction, and
I figured that with your challenges to build houses.
and he came home after working in Chicago for 2 weeks. We hadn't seen him, and he come home and he's like, "I got you something, boy," and he handed me the box set of the Constructicons.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I don't have the box for them, but I do have that original set is up there in the top of that G1
That's
cabinet.
fire.
And I was just like, oh, look at this. And it's not only do they make 6 robots, they make one big robot. You know?
Yes,
And then, of course, when
brilliant.
you get older and you get a driver's license and you realize the opposite sex, oh, yeah, baby. And the toys kind of go away. And I had a substantial collection then. But, put things away, went to college, got my degrees, come back. And, I would still walk the toy aisle every time. And, oh, that's neat. Oh, that's neat. And I would buy a piece and I'd just put it away. Oh, that's neat. I'll put that away. And it wasn't until, Fair, you could probably tell me when they came out, the 3-pack of the Storm
The
Seekers.
Rainmakers, Siege.
2018, I think.
So I was walking through a Walmart and I just happened to be by the clearance aisle and I saw something that caught my eye and I looked over there and here's the Storm Seekers. It's a 3-pack of Seekers and they're in the Cybertronian mode. They transform into the Wedge and
I love
I
that.
had never
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
it. I had never seen it. And I was like, oh, look at that. Look at that. And there's another one and these are $5 a box for 3 Transformers.
Holy shit.
And there's another one.
19.
And there's another one. And so I bought 5 boxes for $25 and got 15 Seekers because I paint. Thinking, oh, I could paint everybody. I could paint and get the Cybertronian mode of all of the Seekers. Well, then I got online and found out, well, they already exist. And they're on that shelf behind me at the top over there.
Oh man, I see him. Oh wow, that's cool though, man. That is an amazing collection, dude.
This
You have a
collection is
nice setup there, man.
This collection is the 15th largest in the United States. It's 3,500 bots. And it's 35 individual bots. And everything.
Oh, we're in the presence of a legend right now, man. This is crazy.
Well, whatever we talk about, there's about a 90% chance I can go and get it and we can show
Yeah.
it. But anything that you see that's out of a box, there's also one in here in a box. I buy my Transformers 2 at a time.
That's what I do.
We're very
That's
used
what I
to
do.
seeing him silently get up and walk away when we mention a figure without comment.
Just like when you started talking about Megatron, I was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
we'll have to go and get
Well,
the.
I just
Was it
happen to have this. Yeah.
I got married in September and we had a Transformers themed wedding. And my best man wore this, and I wore a handmade Ultra Magnus helmet that I made. And
That's crazy.
there should
So
be a
your
link.
wife
There
is
should be a
your
link.
wife is into it?
This was my wife's idea. No,
It
she
was
is
her
not.
idea.
It is. She is not into Transformers. I mean, she likes them.
She did it for you, out of love for you. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yep.
Man, having a room like that has to add years to your lifespan, man.
Oh man, this is
Like,
my stress-free zone.
Man, when you enlarged your screen and showed me the background, my heart just started hitting cloud 9, man. Like I was just like getting high.
And
The feeling I used to get when I had my collection set up in my house back in Toronto, when I got stressed out, I would go in that room. If I wasn't playing Call of Duty, I would go into that room and just stand there and look at the figures, man, and marvel at them, pick them up, and just it's a feeling it gives you, man, that that it just elevates you. I don't know if you guys ever get that feeling, but
I
for
promise
me,
you.
that's what it brings to me.
This is my stress-free zone. This is where I come and leave everything else behind.
I believe it. I'm getting high looking at it, dude. That's pretty
No,
amazing.
no, multiverse. One thing, if you check in on your collection and like a couple figures go missing, it's possible because Magnus here has multiple Unicrons that like the gravity force just slowly like just sucks people's collections into his into his place.
He doesn't need any more Unicrons. He can't have mine. That's so nice though, man. Yeah, I don't even want to know what that's all worth. That's. I try not to. I try to keep the dollars out of my head when I go into my room.
It's insured, and the value of this room is 1.7.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Man, that's amazing, dude. Congratulations on that. That's Do you guys have collections too? I imagine.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I'm slowly putting my collection back together. Like I have a lot of my originals, and but through life, some went missing, some are coming back. So it's just a long story
They're in
behind it.
Magnus's room.
Yeah,
stuff shows up here. Somebody sent me a whole box of blow,
Yes.
Got here. I don't know.
and we don't know who it came from. We don't know who it came from, but a whole box of Blokies just gets arrived here.
you know, we have to revisit that and post that out
Yeah,
there.
we
And
never
just
did solve that mystery.
no,
No.
it's just a mysterious box of Blokies just showed up for Christmas. No
Right, and-
idea who sent it.
With the tracking number, I was able to find the point of origin is a place called Mesa, Arizona, is where it was mailed from. And I know nobody in Arizona. My grandparents were from Arizona, but they passed away a long time ago. And they were from Apache Junction, which is close to Mesa. So maybe it was a friend of my grandparents that saw us on here, but how they know that Magnus is Clyda and Hervey's grandson.
It's a mystery.
I'm a dealer at conventions pretty frequently, and it's all my own stuff. So my collection expands and contracts pretty regularly. So it's never a consistent size because I buy stuff and then I sell stuff, and then I buy stuff and then I sell stuff. So it gets bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller.
And I buy stuff and I store stuff. And if I buy stuff, if I buy big bulk stuff, like if I buy collections and I have multiples of them, then we get on here and we go, okay, there's this. Who's this from? And Fear will go, oh, that's this, and this. And I was like, so whose gun does this go to? Oh, it goes to that guy right there. Who wants it?
Yep.
And then they're like, me, send that to me. And okay, this one goes to Fear and Courage. And this one's going to go on my shelf. But who wants this one? Okay, Seta wants this one. And I just sent them all a big care package just a couple of months ago.
Oh wow!
Yes,
man.
thank you. I
Generous.
actually have them like sitting on my shelf on my desk, like right over to the right here.
So, Fear, are you a sneakerhead, man?
It's my brother-in-law. I just happen to be using the space to stream from because it's the best in the house to do so.
Okay, I was like, oh, okay. So we got some Transformer collectors and a sneakerhead. Okay.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't understand, but as somebody that collects these things, I sort of also understand, you know?
Now, this room
Right,
is not
yeah.
just 100% Transformers. It is 99% Transformers.
Mhm.
But I do have Legos in here. I have Warhammer 40K, Magic the Gathering, G.I. Joe, Voltron. Pew Pew.
Throw some of those
Actual
numbers
Pew
out
Pew.
with about your Magic the Gathering stuff, so he can like have a heart attack.
Oh yeah. My Magic Gathering collection is over $1 million. I've been playing it also since 1992 when it came out. I've actually opened Black Lotuses from packs. If you know what Magic the Gathering is.
I know what it is. I'm not a participant in it though.
Other
So
than the one ring that Post Malone has, the Alpha Black Lotus is the most expensive Magic card in Magic, and I have a full set of power in my cabinet. These are $50,000.
Do you want to make that known? Because they might stop looking for my collection and start coming for yours.
Well, you see, when they come to my house, that's a trick.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't live at the end of civilization, but you can see it from the roof. And there are 14 cameras before you get here, and I have 45 acres and a backhoe. I can make it to where cadaver dogs can't find you.
I hear that. I hear that. Hey,
Shit.
hey.
The Children of Primus does not endorse the disappearance of people.
At all.
No, at
But we
all.
do. You have to appreciate the castle doctrine.
That's it.
Hey, look. Even though I back to politics. I'm ex-military, so I'm for guns. But I do wish the states would get involved in some real gun control.
At least training. Make it to where
yeah,
you
I
got to
think-
pass a class to get one.
I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be that you can roll out of bed and go get one on a financial, on a credit plan. It's just weird, man.
Well, I mean, what about in the whole other sense of, I mean, someone will talk about gun control, but then there's also the mental aspect of it where, something happens and someone will be like, well, if there were no guns, then that wouldn't have happened. And I'm like, well, no, because there are some people, they'll still come at you with a bat. Like some years ago,
Yep.
they'll drive a van
yeah.
into you, like they'll figure it out. So even though you can't ban baseball bats, you can't ban vehicles. So,
Here's
there
the
has
thing.
to be, the mental aspect to put into it, which,
Yeah.
I mean, tying it with Transformers, that episode where they assess Galvatron's mind. It's
Oh
not
my
any
God,
different.
bro! Like, he was Looney Tunes after he got tossed out of Unicron's ass. It was
And
just
landed
like,
that
He
lava
literally
mat
got
or
his brain
whatever it
fried by the
was.
lava. That's what they concluded.
Well,
yeah.
the thing
He
is,
was,
if you
yeah, he
ban
was,
guns, then only criminals will have guns, and that's the truth of it.
I believe that. I believe that. The thing is you don't ban the guns, right? You don't ban them. Nobody wants them banned. Well, there are some people that do want them banned, but my point is, make it so it's difficult to get it. You got to work to get it. It's your right to get one if you can meet the criteria.
Well, like you got to have like a driver's license. You got to prove that you understand safety. Like I remember when I was in sixth or seventh grade, I did the hunting safety class, and I remember doing hunting with my dad afterwards. And I got like 100% on the test, and my dad got like 97. He like missed one question,
Was it,
and he was just sitting there looking at me like,
I've been shooting guns and hunting since I was 8. That's where I live. That's the way that I was raised. When I was in high school, I went to high school in the mid 80s, late 80s, 90s. My pickup truck actually had a gun rack in it, and if it was deer season, I was in a deer stand 5 hours before I went to school, and my 12 gauge was in my gun rack at the school, because I went from the school to football practice right back out to the deer stand. We didn't think about that because it wasn't in our bearing. It wasn't even in our wheelhouse to think about, well, I'm going to take my gun in here and shoot Mr. Whatever because he gave me an F. It wasn't even in our wheelhouse.
But it's in a lot of people's wheelhouse, and
Yeah.
the fact that they have the same access to guns as you or anybody else is just it's ridiculous. But coming to
unless
that
you have
idea,
access to mental health care, though. But
I
the gun
agree.
is like, just walk
Brandon
in.
Hughes, Soundwave is almighty. yeah, Soundwave is dope. Soundwave is dope. Can't get past. I think Soundwave is probably almost one of everybody's favorite. It's in everybody's top 3.
Everybody knows the one with the funny voice if you were a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
we'll
if
have,
you watch,
we'll have,
Faster
and we'll
comes
have that
down
we'll have
characters,
that
so.
display supposedly next month.
Oh, right.
I have the Robeson Soundwave coming.
oh yeah, what? Oh, so you got the Robesons? Do you have
Well,
all of them?
No, I just have Optimus and Soundwave. I don't care for Megatron as a tank. And
You didn't want.
Grimlock's reviews were too poor for me to get him.
Mm,
He falls over a lot. He's way top heavy,
Oh,
way too top
interesting.
heavy. So I was not going to spend $1,700 on a piece that's going to break itself. Are they? Optimus is fantastic. Optimus was the ring bearer in our wedding. And like I said, the links are on our pages. Go and watch the
yeah,
wedding.
I gotta watch
15
that.
minutes. It's 15 minutes. Toy Warp.
I'm watching that.
Toy Warp drove up here from Florida, from South Florida. I live in Central Indiana. Since you know the states, I live in Central Indiana. Toy Warp drove up from the south tip of Florida to video the wedding for us. And so he
That's
came
dope.
and made
That's
a great video. So Toy Warp Vintage Reviews has a link in his bio for it's called "Have You Ever Seen a Transformers Wedding?" And it's 15 minutes. It's fantastic. We were
That's amazing, man.
yeah, it went off without a hitch. The only problem was our DJ could not make it to any of the rehearsals. He was booked solid right up to the point of the wedding. And so he didn't know the music cues. So right at the
Spin can come down. What was
he was going to, but there was all this stuff going on with the borders. So
Yeah, that's a whole
Ah,
other
yeah,
stream.
yeah.
It's a
yeah,
whole other
whole
stream.
other stream. But so
Tangerine
Toy Warp
idiot.
came up and did it. But when we walk in, and we're all holding our helmets, and we walked into Instruments of Destruction from the Transformers movie.
That's fire. That's
And we
fire.
were, and
I
we're
mean, why did you walk into that though? Into that particular song though.
oh, it's awesome. It's got a great beat for marching in.
Okay.
I mean, it's fantastic. And we all walked in, got into our positions, and then right at the chorus is when we all get in position, and it's Instruments of Destruction. That's when we were supposed to take our helmets and put them on. Well, when we got into position, he started fading the music out, and I was taking my hand and just kind of turn it back up, turn it back up, turn it back up, because we're going to put these helmets on. We got them in our hands, like that, and then he's not getting the cue, and I went like that, and he turned the music back up, but then everybody stood up.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's the only flaw in the whole thing. Everything else went off without a hitch.
I mean, well, that's a huge win if that's the only one. That's pretty amazing. So I can't wait to watch this, man. That's
Oh, it's fantastic. It's great.
yeah, you're next level, man. You're next level.
And
I want to show.
in
I
my
want to show. I
industry-
want to show you to my wife whenever she thinks I've gone too far.
when in my industry, I can't wear a wedding band, and so we had our wedding bands tattooed on while we were in Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's a lovely thing to have done.
Congratulations.
I have a
on-
ring.
on-
Like I was wearing it today while we were out. I have a ring that I wear. It's just a basic gold ring, and then she has her nice set. She wears it all the time. And oh, funny story on that. So we've got these tattoos. Of course, they're black. And then she's got that gold ring on. And a girl that she was working with was like, "Honey, your ring is turning your finger green." Like that, and she was like, "What?" And she's like, "Your ring is turning your finger green. I don't think your guy got you anything good." Like that, and she goes, "That's a tattoo."
That's hilarious. Yeah, those. Speaking of Mario Roca, I'm sorry if I butchered that, but yeah, I agree. Those prices for the Robosen are through the roof, man. That deters a lot of people. How do you guys feel about those prices? Anybody else own any Robosens?
Like, do you know how many deluxe size Transformers I could get for that price? I would rather have like 20 small guys than one big guy. That's just how my brain's wired.
And then
Yeah.
we have the issue of the borders, in a sense, where anyone who's just like, oh yeah, this transformer is like $500 US, and I'm like, yeah, that translates to like $800 for us before shipping, and just the conversion is just so off.
Right.
Now, Bram, not only do I have him, Mine is autographed by Peter Cullen.
You must go to every con that pops up.
I said, if we talk
But he's
about it, I
like,
can usually go and get it.
he's got all these autographed and everything. That's crazy.
I've only
That's
got 3
next level,
autographed.
man.
Well, 4 technically.
Speaking of,
My daughter's Megatron is also autographed by Frank Welker. But
that's
my Robeson
my
is autographed,
cousin.
and my G1 Optimus Prime is also autographed.
Cool.
That's my cousin Brandon Hughes. There.
Oh, nice.
He's like a brother to me, man. He mentioned Soundwave, and I'm certain he would love to see some of your Soundwaves. If you have some of your top editions in there, that would be fire to see.
Cool. And welcome, Brandon. And I know we don't want to stream too long, so we're gonna round out in the next 5-10 minutes. But
After.
definitely gonna see the sound waves before we go out. And your cousin Brandon saying, "I'll take a free Robeson sound wave."
Good luck, man. I don't think you'll ever get that for free, buddy. That ain't gonna happen.
Here we go.
Man, I could talk to you guys forever. You guys are the coolest, man. Really appreciate you guys having me on. This has been great. That's amazing. That's the OG.
Yep. Oh, with
The little Canon batteries in the back.
both of them.
And every cassette.
Of course. So let me ask you: were those collected as a child, or did you?
Yeah, these were ones that I actually I traded a All Striker, which was a GI Joe jet, for Soundwave because I had 2 of them. My sister had got me an All Striker, or not an All Striker. What was it? Is it the PX-14? It was the one that had the wings that came forward like that. But my sisters just got together and got me one, and then my aunt and uncle got me one. So I had 2.
Okay, I thought you was like, yeah. My sister got me one, and I just went and traded that joint for something I
Oh,
really
no.
wanted.
And then my cousin ended up getting 2 Soundwaves that year for Christmas. And so I said,
so he just swapped them.
I'll
That's
give
it.
you this jet, and you could give me one of those Soundwaves. And yeah, this is the one that I played with as a kid. He's still fairly tight, but he was one of my favorites. I mean, I actually wore him on my belt like an actual Walkman.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's right. It does have the little snap on the side. You can.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh man, that is fire.
His door still works.
That's fire. Oh yeah, Soundwave an OG like that, man, is a prize, man. That's a prize.
But next month is when the shipping date. I believe it's next month. Let me see what's on pre-order. Right there, arrival. It just says first quarter of 2026.
The Robeson one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did any of you guys ever get into the Earthrise at all? Were you?
Yeah.
Any of you guys were fans of that? Okay. So you guys definitely have a good collection of
That's
of
what
those.
that shelf is.
Yeah, over there.
Behind the poster.
Oh yeah, I recognize the green packaging. That's a Sunstreaker, and
Yeah, I see.
a Prowl, and yeah.
And then all the Seekers are up on top.
Man, that's amazing. Wow, man. Well, you guys, thank you again for having me on, man. This has been amazing. I love talking to you guys. It's been really really fun.
Oh, definitely.
And please tap in with me on my page. You follow me, I'll follow you back.
Yeah, I just made sure to follow a bunch of them. Everybody else here should do so.
Oh, there's a horrendous crash. All right, I'll fix that tomorrow.
But yes, on
I
that
always
note,
worry we're going to witness a cave in.
I know.
And if you guys ever want to have me back on, just give me a holler, man. Give me a
Oh,
holler.
no,
Be good to see my
definitely.
boy Mike again too.
Definitely. And so, just before we end the evening, where can people find you?
Magnus Multiverse. Magnus. Magnus, the Ultra Magnus version. So just take out the Ultra, Magnus Multiverse, and you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And I'm pretty conversational. You come on there and you speak on make a comment on any one of my pieces of content. I usually get back to you pretty quickly. And yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it was great having you on, and definitely, in the near future, we're gonna have you back on again because I know there's so much more, to talk about that we didn't get on.
Oh yeah. I love talking. I have an opinion on a lot of different things, man. So, like I said, I'm an open book. So,
Cool. So yeah, so check out Magnus Multiverse on all of his socials. So like and subscribe to his work. Like and subscribe to our channels too. Check out the childrenofprimus.com and our weekly or kind of bi-weekly written reviews, but I mean there's close to 300 reviews on the website, and we also have like new updated news and other news that we cycle through the website as well. So check us out, and as we say at the end of all of our streams, till all are one.
Till all.
all are one.
We'll all are one.
We now return you to the Children of Primus.